evening, ladies and gentlemen. This here's the Christian Trucker coming at you with another video. Man, it's raining again in Mississippi. My Cascadia is going to get a propeller before long because it's going to be boating between locations instead of driving. Anyhow, we're going to talk today about a few different things. I'm going to tell y'all how I save $1,500. And if there's time left on the video, we may even talk about a few news articles. Alright, so let's jump right on in there. Our little Max Force had to have a clutch. So what did I do? I did what you're supposed to do when you have to have a clutch. You figure out the best and cheapest way to get her done. So I called over at the international place and they said it's going to cost me $3,500 and they only work on weekdays. So I called our local mechanic shop, diesel mechanic shop. I mean, they probably got 10 bays and they do a good solid job. Well, $2,500 was their price, and that was not including a few items. That actually, you know, you had to get the pilot bearing, you had to get the stop brake, and there might have been a few other extra charges. They actually, when I asked them what size clutch, they gave me the wrong size clutch, so I had a little bit of pause there. So me and my family and friends, we got to talking about it, and we managed to get it done for $2,000 with our shade tree mechanic. He actually does mechanic work at one of the big dealers, and he does some sidelining on the weekends. He came out, thanks to one of my family members that knows him real personal, and got her done. Now, me and my driver could have done it, but we did not have a transmission jack that would handle a semi-truck transmission, and that would have been about $1,500. Was about the cheapest one we could find that we would trust, because you know, you're talking about at least 900-pound transmission, and if you're up under that truck and that rascal falls on you, you can kiss your arm goodbye if you're lucky and it just lands on your arm. So all in all, it cost me a smooth $2,000 when the international place would have cost me $3,500. So in my estimation, that's a $1,500 savings. And whenever you're in the slow part of the year, you're happy to save that $1,500. Let me tell you, you are real happy. But yep, Max got him a new clutch. Other than that, let's see, we didn't have no load. We had only one load on Monday and Tuesday. Today's Wednesday and I'm going to be running. But come tomorrow on Thursday, I don't have a load. Hopefully Friday we'll have 2 loads. I might be able to scrape out a profit. It's going to be tight. I was coming down north of Jackson, and I come through some heavy winds. I'm telling y'all, I think it was a whirly-twirly. I'm looking right now, it looks like they done had a whirly-twirly where I'm driving through. Them whirly-twirlies, it ain't the first time I done been in one. It sure ain't no fun. It's a real scary thing. But today I don't have the CB blaring, so people can be telling me it's on the ground or not. Traffic's still moving, that's the main thing. We went and got online and we signed up for the clearinghouse. And you know, you got to link that if you have an FMCSA account. You got to link that with the clearinghouse. Somehow or another, it tells whenever you get pulled over by the DOT, it can show them whether you're signed up, your company's signed up, and how many drivers and everything you have. I'm curious to see how that lands in the lap of the DOT officer and how that they're going to use that. That's a pretty good tool. Now see, it was my theory that there's been a lot of drivers that have tested positive or refused a test and have went to other companies. But now this clearinghouse is supposed to make it where they can't go to these different companies, so there could be a big dismissal of drivers in our industry. If I understand the situation 100%, there could be a lot of drivers that end up without jobs. If you have a job and you have tested positive or you have refused the test and you're working right now, I don't think I would try to change jobs, because if you go to change jobs and it pops up, you're going to have to go through a lot of paperwork and stuff to get you back to where you want to be. But it was not an easy task linking everything. Sorry about that little interruption. I'm back. Yeah, it wasn't as simple linking everything, getting it all done, but it's done, and I think I'm on board with all of that. Now, let's talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. That's right. 50-year-old woman on a stripper pole. Indecent. Not a good show at all in my book. I mean, come on, people. Everybody knows that was raunchy. And then we jump over into the presidential State of the Union. That was brilliant. He had them so mad that she ripped up his speech in front of God and everybody. There's one thing about old Trump. He sure does know how to make them mad, boys and girls. And then there's the more serious notion, is the coronavirus. This here coronavirus, granted right now, we're not in any immediate danger. But from what I've studied and looked at online, this thing, if it does any mutating and it starts killing people and spreading like it's already spreading, it's already a fact that it's gonna spread further than it has. And I think there are 20,000 in China, and people are predicting it's gonna get up in the millions, and it's killing like 3%. So 1 million people, what's that, 30,000 people that would die? And that's if it don't start killing more people, and if it don't start getting worse. It could be a very scary situation for a lot of people. So that being said, I would not, if I was everybody that's listening to this video, I would buy a few extra groceries, maybe some masks, maybe some rubber gloves, because this thing can live 5 days on a surface, where a regular virus is like 72 hours. You'll pass it without knowing that you're sick. You know, most of the time you don't pass a disease until you get a fever. But this thing, you can pass it without even knowing you have it. So that makes it a little bit more dangerous. But you just got to be real careful. And if things start shutting down, it's gonna affect your business. So go ahead and set a little extra money to the side, because our business in this trucking industry is not in the greatest shape right now. I mean, there's an article that I was looking at a few minutes ago where there's a 350 truck refrigerated carrier going out of business. I can't stand to see these companies going out of business. It just hurts my heart. But I know that we're going to come back from all of this, and we're going to come back stronger. Just keep the faith, keep working hard, keep your nose to the grindstone. Don't let it get you down. The economy is still doing good. Now, granted, where I'm at, it's still a little slow. I'm hoping next week, I say that every week, it's going to pick back up. But it's not no guarantee. I mean, people should start getting their tax checks. Lawnmower season's right here. We've got a few new products that they're going to be taking out, putting on the floor. I'm hopeful that it being the first of the month, next week they're going to be replenishing their stores from the first of the month. And then after that should be taxes. Because I could really use 2 loads a day to try to build up some revenue and some profits. Mainly it's profits. It's not even revenue. I don't care if I only make $1,000 as long as I profit $1,000. It's about what you profit every week, not about what you make every week. If you make $10,000 and you profit $10,000, you living a good life. But if you make $10,000 and you're spending $10,000 and you're netting zero, it ain't that great. But yep, I was not approving of the Super Bowl halftime show. I was happy that Kansas City when they finally decided to play ball, they came and they showed out. I was proud of them boys up there in KC. The halftime show, there's videos about the symbolism and everything, but I can't get over the fact that they 50 years old and out there dancing naked. Lord have mercy. On stripper poles. I'm like, come on, people. We can't do no better than that. We can't get no more creative than that. We need a little bit more honest creativity in this world. That's just like with the movies. All they can make nowadays seems like the sequels. Come on, we need some real innovative people out there in this world. Oh, and by the way, Navistar got a potential buyout from a company I think that is linked with Volkswagen. That could be good news to me. I've actually got an account with Volkswagen. Y'all hear that rain? That rain's getting bad. We done had one tornado down here. I'm hoping we don't have no more. My other driver's in Jackson. I'm fixing to go through Jackson, Mississippi in a few minutes. Did you hear all that rain? Anyhow, I gotta go. God bless, and I'll catch you on the next ride.